Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're doing good this evening and I hope everything is going well for you. Well, today we're going to be talking about trellising and we're going to go over a couple different methods to do it, and we're going to talk about the price of each one and the pros and cons. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Now, I've always done it one way, and I use T-post with baling twine. Now I'm going to put some pictures here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And so I'm going to do probably more trellising this year than I have in the past. And so I was talking to a guy at work about it actually, and he said he used cattle panels. Well, I did a little research. I asked him a lot of questions about it. And so I want to kind of compare the differences between the two. So I'm going to flip you around. I'm going to show you the cost of each one, and then I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of each one too. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay guys, so this is the method that I use. And so what I have is I have rows that are between 40 and 43 foot long. So I use 3 T-posts per row, and I'm going to put in 10 rows of trellised vegetables, okay? So, T-post for a 6.5 foot T-post, and I've rounded this up. It was $5.99, but it's $6 for 30 of them, which is what I need, is $180. Now twine, $50 for 9,000 foot. A post driver, that's $45 at my farm store. Now, everything all the materials that I'm discussing, all the pricing came from the same store, okay? And like the $6, I might round up a penny or whatever, but this is all pretty fair, okay? So that's a total of $275. That is what I need to trellis all my vegetables. Now, when we start breaking it down, you don't necessarily need a post hole driver or a post driver, and you're not going to use all that twine this year. So it is probably a little bit cheaper, but that's kind of what you're looking at. Now, what is the pros and cons of doing it this way? Well, the pros is you can adjust that twine to anywhere you want it. You know, if you want to make them 6 inches in between each other or 8 inches, it's just more twine, okay? One of the bad things about it is it's probably a little more labor intensive. You got to cut all the pieces, you got to tie them on, and then at the end of the year, you got to cut them off and you got to do something with them. And so, guys, it's there are some drawbacks. That's why I was talking to that guy about maybe doing it a different way, okay? But one of the good things about this is you can till your garden, you can plant your seeds, and as long as you mark the row, you can come back and put your posts in and stuff. So that is kind of a good thing. Sometimes you're running short on time and you're trying to get a lot of stuff done. So that does help, okay? So guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you the cattle panel, and then we're going to go over the pros and cons of it. Okay guys, so real quick, if you're not familiar with cattle panels, they come in 16 foot and they come in 8 foot long pieces. They vary in height between, I think, 3'6" and 4'2". So, guys, what I would want to use is a 16-foot panel. And what this guy explained to me is you don't have to get a trailer or anything like that. You can fit a 16-foot trailer, or a 16-foot panel in the back of a regular bed truck. So, that's kind of a plus. Now, guys, again, I've got between 40 and 43 foot rows, so at 16 foot, I need 3 panels. So altogether, for 10 rows, I need 30 panels. The panels for 16 foot are $38. For 8 foot, they're $25. So the cheaper would be the 16 foot, and that comes out to $1,140, okay? Now you got to have some way of supporting them. And these rods And what I'm talking about, what I would use, would be something like this, what I use on my electric fence. Just one of these, like a little rod here. And they're very versatile. They work for a lot of other things. And they're $2.70. So I figured, and it's probably a little light, but I figured 4 per row to hold up the panels. So that's $108, okay? So that's $1,248, okay? That is a price difference of $973 between the two methods. Now again, the way I do it is a little more time, it's a little more effort, the hassle of cleaning everything up. But here's the pros and cons to this, the way I see it. I've never done it, but talking to this guy, one, you got to have a place to put a 16-foot cattle panel. I would have to have a place to put 30 16-foot cattle panels. So, you know, I'm thinking to myself, where would I put these? So you got to keep that in mind. Another one is, if you garden by yourself, kind of like I do, a 16-footer is going to be kind of tough to get around by yourself. So you're probably going to have to drag it, which that means you're going to have to put it in and then plant your seeds afterwards. So that's something you got to be aware of, okay? Now, the one that really gets me is they only go, I think, to 4'2" tall. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. So guys, if you're growing something, you know, peas or beans that get up taller than that, you know, they're going to be draping over the other side. And I've got some tomatoes that if they go good, they can get up to 6 foot tall. So that's something that you really got to think about, you know, between the two. But I think the cattle panels are, you know, less work overall. So guys, I hope this helps. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you use for your trellising. And I hope the video helps. And you guys, hey, you have a good night. I'll talk to you later. See ya.